Hey everybody, it's Jimmy. So today I don't have Bill, I have Ryan. And today what we're talking about is roofs. How do you know if your roof is bad? Why is your insurance company making you change your roof when you don't think it's bad? How do you know if it's bad? So Ryan, tell us a little bit about you.
So my name is Ryan Williamson. I'm with Smith & Williamson Roof Consulting. We have a very unique business where I'm not technically a roofer, I'm more of a consultant in the sense of I help the homeowner go about their best options for their roofing system.
So let me ask you a question. Do you have to be licensed to do what you're doing?
To be a consultant, I do not. So
Okay.
I don't really build the roofs, but the roofing company that I do work with primarily, all of them, we have to vet them to make sure that they are licensed, in accordance with the state of Florida.
Do you go out and determine if the roofs are good or bad?
We do. We have over 10 years of experience in the industry, working with large companies in the past that, vet us to know when a roofing system needs to be replaced. And we definitely take documentation of that, give it to the homeowner, and allow them to make the best decision that best suits them.
So give us an example. So do you climb on the roof?
We do. We
All
always get on the roof. You can't tell if a roofing system is bad just by looking at it from the ground. That's why it's always best to go on the roof and take, at least 50 photos to show exactly what's going on with that roofing system.
Now, let me ask you a question. What exactly are you looking for on the roof? Like, are you looking for missing shingles, obvious stuff, or are you
Missing
looking for...
shingles is a big one. That's always easy to see. There's shingles that could be creased. That's due to wind, pulling that shingle up from its bonding agent and then causing it to crease along the top line. That is an indicator of wind that has damaged it. If it's a newer shingle, it won't crease. It's built to be elastic. It's built to, withstand those type of winds. Also, hail is another one. We don't get a lot of that in Florida, but we've gotten more and more over the past year. That actually leaves an indentation. And obviously, the bigger the hail, the bigger the problem.
So you mentioned something. What's the difference between today's shingles and a shingle from 10 years ago? Is there a big difference?
Well, in Florida, we get a lot of sun, a lot of heat.
Right.
So over time, these things are made from petroleum. All of that stuff is going to start to deteriorate over time, and the sun definitely makes that happen faster. So yes, newer shingles are made better than the ones 10 years ago. And they always are trying to improve these shingles to make them last longer and be more durable to wind.
Well, let me ask you this question. So basically, everybody says a shingle, when I had my roof replaced, and
Right.
I had like 3 or 4 estimates, give me roofs. And basically people are saying, this shingle's better than that shingle's better than this shingle. Is there any kind of truth, or are they pretty much all the same?
There is truth behind it. I mean, you can always go and investigate what type of shingles are out there, and you can see the difference. I would say Owens Coring Duration Series is a top leader in the state of Florida. GAF is another one. There's other shingles out there in the market, but you can definitely tell, just like if you drove a Mercedes or a Honda Civic, there's going to be a difference.
So now, like me, I did Owens, Coring, and they basically said, oh, this thing will last you for 30 years. But in the state of Florida, at least, once the roof gets like 10, 12 years, the insurance companies start becoming squirrely. Are you noticing that?
Yes.
So what good is it getting a 30-year roof if the insurance companies are going to tell you to change it after 10 years?
That is a tough one. The insurance companies, they have that special session where they're allowed to start requesting homeowners to have non-renewals if their roof is over 10 years old. So the reason I would say to get a better system is because of what they can hold up to. So like your roof in Owens Corning can hold up to 130-mile wind gusts.
Okay.
So a less inferior product probably doesn't have that strength. So you're going to get a bigger discount on your premiums having a better system.
Okay.
So I would say I would look more to that than the actual, is it going to last 30 years? Probably not. But at least you have the peace of mind that the normal storms we get about 3 o'clock in the summertime with 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts isn't really going to affect your roof.
Yeah, that's true. I never kind of considered that. So let me ask you a question. Now, secondary water protection, we call it in the inspection industry SWR, because insurance companies give a credit for that. Right. Now, are you a believer in that? Some people are saying, some inspectors are saying, when you put SWR, secondary water protection, like a rubber membrane over the roof, that it kind of sweats the roof. You ever hear of anything like that?
Not a whole lot. We don't really have a lot of those membranes being put on from, the roofing companies we're with.
How
it's
come?
Kind of a special request from the homeowner.
Okay.
We feel like the peel and stick and the shingles that it is itself is enough to protect the home.
Yeah, basically I'm talking about peel and stick. That's what's on my roof. Yeah,
I mean, we always use peel and stick.
Right. So do you think peel and stick is basically, I went to an inspection conference and we were talking about it, and some people saying that it just sweats the roof basically.
It is a water barrier, so when we're building a roof, we can dry it in. Drying it in means we cover the entire roof with the peel and stick underlayment. If it rained on that roof at that point, it would be protected.
Right. You
so
basically
don't
even need shingles.
in a sense, the shingles are more of like a shield, right?
Right.
So the underlayment is a secondary protection to cause or to prevent any leaks from happening, as opposed to just using, old methods like tar paper and so forth.
Right. So basically, but I seen one roof like 2 weeks ago that I had to go do an inspection, and they wanted to replace the roof. And that basically peel and stick doesn't really come off. They just have to put peel and stick right over that old peel and stick.
Yeah, peel and stick is, once it's on, it's on. So it's challenging to remove it once it's time to put a new roof on, yes.
All right. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, because a lot of people, make comments about this, and a lot of people are saying, hey, the roof are 20, 24 years old, 22, even in our neighborhood. And a lot of people are filing insurance claims.
Yep.
Okay. Now, it's really because, and I did videos about this because of rights, and I work with insurance companies, but they're filing an insurance claim, but it's just a worn out roof. How do you handle situations like that? If somebody says, oh, I want to file an insurance claim, I know it's a tough question, but and then you're like, well, it's just old?
Yes. So if it's just an old roof, we never tell the homeowner to file a claim. We don't want to waste the insurance time. We don't want to waste the homeowner's time. You definitely don't want to have a homeowner that has a claim now on their file for something that we all know is not going to be approved. So that's where we come in as consultants. We always guide them in the direction that best fits their situation. But if it's an old roof, you just need to go and pay a retail price and get that roof taken care of.
Because it does affect your rates going down the road.
Yeah, it'll affect your rates in the sense of, and all the insurance companies are now going to know that you filed a claim.
Oh, they have like a database that they basically go to.
It's just like if you get in a car accident and you have a claim against you, now all the other insurance companies know about that as well.
Well, maybe you can answer this question for me then. So basically, they file a claim and they put a new roof on, but then they go buy a new house. Does that claim kind of follow them, or does it stay with the house?
That claim will still follow that homeowner with, them being the policy holder at that time. It doesn't really stay with the house. So I do know that the state of Florida, there are certain laws that were put into place to protect homeowners with an active God claim. They're not supposed to raise rates or drop you due to filing an active God claim, because you're not putting your house in danger. It's a stationary object. It's not like you're driving your car into traffic and you're constantly putting yourself out there. So they did put these things in order to protect the homeowners. Now, we can't say that that's definitely never going to happen, because as we all know, insurance companies will do what they want to do at the end of the day, and they may have it written in their policy to do so. So it's challenging at times.
So let me ask you a question. The roofing industry, what do you think is going to happen? You think prices are going to stabilize? Do you think they're going to go down? I mean,
I don't think they're going to go down. I mean, obviously they're probably going to stay consistent with the current market, right? So inflation is obviously costing everything to go up. And obviously we have to maintain our industry to go with it.
Right. So basically, also, I tell people all the time because, you know, I get into some arguments with some roofers because I will say the roof is fine, and then the roofer says, no, it's not fine. But I just don't think all roofing companies are created equal.
No, definitely not.
You know, like one of the important things, one of the tips for everybody watching this is, no matter where you are in the country, if you're hiring a roofing company, I would recommend that they have their own crew.
Yes.
So you have some tips on people that want to get their roof replaced, you know, and first of all, some tips on how to determine if you need a new roof before you even call somebody.
So here's, it's going to be kind of detailed.
Okay, go ahead.
When you want your roof replaced or you have questions about if it's ready to be replaced, you definitely want to get it inspected for, you know, it's a free inspection after any storm that has high gusty winds, especially if your roof is anywhere from 5 to 10 years old or older. Once you have that, and let's say that the roofing system needs to be replaced and you need to, you know, hire a roofing company, I would definitely research that company. You know, look at their reviews, go out and see other customers that they've handled and see how that experience was to them. You also want to make sure that if there was anything wrong, let's just say the project didn't go as planned and they had to help a homeowner through a warranty process, how was that? Because as we all know, it's major construction, anything can happen, but you also want to know how they respond to problems. So I think it's very important that you do your due diligence and research these roofing companies before you just sign with anybody.
No, that's true. That's definitely true. Now, so as a homeowner, do I just say, okay, my roof is 20 years old, I need a new roof, or do I wait till I see a leak inside the house, you know, and something's leaking? What do you think? Is there any maintenance on roofs that you should perform?
Maintenance on roofs is just really keeping them debris free. So obviously having your gutters clean, having your valleys clean. You don't want items growing in those areas because that's going to limit the life of your roof. Just because it's 20 years old doesn't necessarily mean it needs to be replaced. I mean, we've inspected roofs that are solid as a rock and they're over 20 years old and it just is what it is. And then we've seen others that are only 5 years old that have a lot of damage. So it's really just, that's why we take so many photos and we really sit down and talk to the homeowner and explain what's going on with their roofing system.
How many companies do you guys work with, or you just keep adding new ones?
We have a handful of roofing companies. We definitely really like one that's close to our area here in the Tampa Bay area, Rescue Roofing.
Okay.
They have proven themselves to be, you know, there's one owner, there's one person to answer to. He really cares about his homeowners. He'll do anything to take care of them. And
does he have his own crew?
Yes, he has his own crews. His crews has been with him for 14 years, which really shows a lot that he takes care of his crews and his homeowners. And that was impressive to us because we definitely worked with other roofing companies. I'm not going to name any of those, but they didn't have that level of professionalism that we needed from them. That's why we are a consulting business, because we hold the roofing companies accountable to make sure our homeowners are taken care of.
So basically, there's just another question people ask, because some people made comments on some other videos I did. Some people get prices like, say, $12,000 for their roof, and then another company is $22,000. They're all over the place.
They are.
Why?
They are all over the place. There's variables. What type of products are they using? How long are they warranting the roof for? Some companies have a baseline because they have too much infrastructure where they have so many people they have to pay, so they have to charge a certain amount to pay all those people.
Plus advertising on their trucks and all that stuff.
When you have a smaller company, they don't need all that because they don't have to pay as many people in the back of the house to make the company work, to make it, you know, functional.
Yeah.
So it's really no set price on how much the roof is going to cost.
It was ridiculous. Like my roof, you know, I did it at the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
I think you guys even gave me a quote. So basically, I got prices anywhere from $14,000 to $36,000.
Yep, for sure.
It was nuts, you know. And I know the products, I know the work, because that's what I do for a living, is do the inspection.
Yep.
You know, like it's funny. I did one roofing company that I'm not fancy of, and I went up in the person's attic, and there was shyness. I mean, when they had to re-nail the panels, they missed row after row after row.
Yeah.
It was insane, you know, like the quality, you know?
Well, I mean, that's another thing. As soon as we have a hurricane that hits the state of Florida, you're going to see a lot of roofing companies pop up because there's going to be so much work available that now you don't know who you should hire. So I think it's important, again, do your research, see how long that company's been in business, talk to some of the people they put roofs on, and I think if you do that, you'll be safe.
All right, what I'm going to do, everybody, is I'm going to post Ryan's information below. You have a website?
We do not have a website. We are on, Facebook and all that. We're working on the website as we speak.
How do they find you?
You can call me, email me. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. I can even meet you in person if you have concerns with your roof, and we can talk about it.
And this is, I know you guys, a lot of you guys are from outside Florida, Canada, California, everywhere. He's more in the Tampa Bay area.
We are, but we also own a tarp business as well. So let's say, God forbid, that we have a storm that goes out of state. We will travel out of state and go to those areas. So if anyone has problems, we can help them. And we work with larger roofing companies that work throughout the United States.
So are you willing to answer some questions with some people if they leave comments below?
Of course.
Questions, no matter where they are in the country, that's great.
Yeah, we're just here to help.
All right. So any other tips for people with roofs?
I mean, like I said, if you have any concerns, we get a lot of phone calls due to homeowners having leaks in their home. And that could be from a storm that happened 3-6 months prior if you haven't had a really good rain. So that's why I recommend, if we've had a significant storm, it's always best to call a professional. Always get that peace of mind to know that your roof is still in good shape, because you don't want to be stuck down the road trying to figure out what to do if you don't have the right people helping you.
Yeah, that's good advice. That's good advice. Anyways, everybody, that's today's video. Like always, do me a favor, consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel, and we'll talk to you on the next video. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.